Hey everyone, and welcome to Nicole Windle Yoga. So today's session we're going to be focusing on hips and our lower back. Our hips tend to be the tightest part of our body, so we're going to get all up in there, make everything nice and juicy. So all you need is yourself and a mat. Get into something nice and comfortable and let's get started. So we're going to begin in Baddha Konasana, bound foot pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together, but I want you to make a diamond shape with the legs, so not having the heels in too close. Reaching onto your ankles or your calves, wherever you can reach. Let's just wiggle the sit bones backwards. So not really trying to move the flesh out of the way, but just trying to wriggle it away nice and naturally. So again, holding on to wherever you can. Let's take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. Try and really lengthen up and send the sit bones in backwards direction. As you exhale, can you start to bring your forearms over the front of your shins, allowing your head to relax. Imagine that you're trying to reach the crown of the head towards your feet, not tugging yourself down there, just allow the weight of the torso to draw you in that direction. When you get to a point where you're no longer going to go any deeper, try and take the awareness to the back of the torso, opening up through the lower back. Allow the chin to come to the chest, the head to hang nice and heavy. Allow the shoulders to relax. Can you try and send the breath towards the lower back? So physically you can't actually send the breath to the lower back, but if you mentally send it to that space, just creating up a little bit more space with each inhale and exhale. Nice, keeping a softness in the jaw, softness in the forehead. If there's space to go deeper, then melt into a little bit deeper. It's your body. Listen to what it's saying. Let's take one more deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly start to pick your torso up. And now let's walk the heels in towards the groin. So depending on your hips may be loose, so the knees are down towards the floor, or your knees may be right up against the arms, or maybe somewhere in the middle. Grabbing hold onto the feet or the ankles, whichever feels most comfortable for you to keep the shoulders relaxed, spine up tall. If you're grabbing onto the feet, try and open the feet like you're opening a book. And that'll just send the hips a little message that we're opening them up a little bit more. Now, keeping active in the legs, you want to try and press the inner thighs away from one another, but just to where it's slightly uncomfortable, not in pain. Let's keep lengthening up through the spine, soften the shoulders, and just gently closing down the eyes. Maybe you stay here for the next few breaths. If you want to go deeper, you can start to draw the elbows in towards the torso. Maybe they reach the thighs, depending on how high they are, and starting to fold forwards once more. So here you're getting more of an opening in the hips, in the thighs, opening up with each breath. Can you keep a softness in the shoulders and try not to tug so hard on the feet? Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale brings you all the way back up. Let's bring the knees back together and extend the legs. Give the legs a little shake. Shake from side to side, just ease off the hips. And then we'll bring the feet together. Bend the knees, keep the big toe mounds pressing together, and let's reach towards the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need to grab hold of the feet. And then let's bring the forehead or the chin down towards the legs. As you rest the body on the thighs, you send the awareness to the low spine. There's a gentle opening with each inhale and exhale, melting in to the pose. So this may be enough and you may just want to stay here for today. If you want to go a little bit deeper, can you slide the feet away? Maybe just one step. Keeping hold of the feet to help lengthen through the lower back. Maybe you keep stepping the feet away. Maybe eventually you come down with straight legs. Doesn't matter how high or low you are. Just keeping that connection between the hands and the feet. Keeping the awareness towards the lower back as you inhale, broadening the lower back. As you exhale, melting into your pose just a little bit more. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up, and let's hug the right knee in. Bringing the foot by the side of your left thigh. Right hand comes behind you. Use that to lengthen up through the spine, and then hug in that right leg, looking over to your right shoulder. And getting the twist from the spine and not from the neck. The neck should just follow nice and easy. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Let's take one more breath. And then inhale back to center. Release your right leg. Let's bring the left leg in. Left hand comes behind. Right arm hugs in the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Keeping your straight leg, your extended leg active, toes pointing up to the sky. Lovely. One more breath in. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, bring it back to center. Extend your left leg. Again, bring your right foot inwards and then send the knee over to the right side. Bring your right foot and hug it in towards your left thigh. So you're making an L shape with the legs. Twist the torso over the extended leg. Let's take an inhale to reach the arms up. As you exhale, folding forwards. Reaching to wherever you can. The aim is to try and shine the chest towards the toes, not trying to round the spine, inching to reach the toes. We've all touched our toes before. Let's take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Folding as deep as you can without trying to round the spine. Can you open, lengthen through the chest? You're internally pressing that right thigh away, creating space for the body. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Keep inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, twisting and lengthening over the left leg. So as we're getting a stretch through the left hamstring, you should also start to feel it in the back, the right side of the lower back. Let's take 1 more breath. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Extend your right leg away, opposite side. Let's bring the left foot in. Left knee stretches away. Left foot pressing into your right thigh. So now you're making a backwards shape L. Inhale, reach the arms up. Twist the torso over the extended leg. Exhale, folding forwards. Again, reaching to wherever you can. Take an inhale to lengthen. Shine the chest towards the toes. Exhale, folding forwards. Again, you just not really intending to reach for the toes, just reaching to wherever you can. Try and eradicate the roundness of the spine as you exhale, folding a little bit further forwards. Keep internally pressing your left thigh, the bent knee, away from the body. Keep twisting the torso over the extended leg. Now this time you should feel a nice little opening in the back of the left lower back. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale brings you all the way back up and extend that left leg. Give it a little shake. Nice, let's cross over the feet. Come onto our hands and knees into our tabletop position. So bring the knees underneath the hips, hip distance apart, and the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor as we take some cat-cows. We take an inhale, lengthen the chest forwards, drop the belly, sit bones go up. As you exhale, rounding the spine, drop the head, tuck the tailbone, shoulder blades push up. Inhale, drop the belly, chest forward, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, rounding the spine, drop the head, look towards the navel. One more time, let's inhale, chest forward, shoulders relaxed. Let's pause here, but keep breathing. Keep sending the sit bones upwards. Keep relaxing the shoulders, sending the chest forwards. One more breath in. And then exhale, rounding the spine. Pausing here, keep breathing. Drop the head, press the hands, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Pressing the shoulder blades up high to the sky. One more breath in. Exhale, returning back to a neutral spine. Just walking the hands slightly towards the top of the mat. Tucking the toes. Bring the bum towards the heels and then lift the knees, lift the hips. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. So bending one knee, send the opposite heel down towards the floor and just alternating the legs. Having the feet hip distance apart. Moving nice and slowly through one leg and the other. Keep a softness in the shoulders. As you press the hands into the floor, you're trying to send the sit bones backwards and upwards. Nice, let's take 2 more breaths like this. Last one. And then coming back to center, let's bend the knees, look towards the hands, step or walk the feet towards the top of your mat. Keep a slight bend in the knees and heel toe the feet so they're hip distance apart. Let's grab hold of opposite elbows and allow the torso to hang heavy. If there's too much of a stretch on the hamstrings, then bend the knees even more. If the hamstrings feel quite open, then you can straighten the legs. The aim is try and let the torso hang nice and heavy. Allow the arms to hang heavy. Shoulders to come up to the ears. Maybe gently swaying from side to side, releasing any tension in the low, mid and upper back. Maybe you nod the head yes, shaking no, release any tension in the neck. Allow the jaw to relax, lips to soften, forehead to soften. Can you completely let go here? Let's take a deep breath in and then exhale, blow out the lips. And again, deep breath in. Nice. Allow the arms to hang heavy to the floor. Coming onto the fingertips. Heel toe the feet so they're hip distance or maybe mat distance apart. Toes are out at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Bend the knees, let's lower the hips down, coming into our deep squat. Bringing the backs of the arms into the sides of the legs. Palms to touch and lengthen up through the spine. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Can you relax the shoulders, reaching the sit bones down towards the floor? Maybe the heels are off the mat, that's totally fine. If the heels are grounded, can you roll the weight in towards the outer edges of the feet? 3 more breaths. With each inhale, can you grow a little bit taller? With each exhale, can you melt into the hips a little bit more? 1 more breath. Nice. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Send the hips back up to the sky. Bring the feet hip distance apart. And then step the feet back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. Knees wide, big toes to touch. Come and sink into your child's pose, forehead down towards the floor. Option to keep the hands stretched out in front or bringing the hands by the sides of the feet, shoulders on top of the knees. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Softening the back of the torso, and back of the neck. One more breath. Bringing the hands back down by the face, lifting the torso up. Let's swing the legs over to one side, coming to sit down on your mat. So now we're coming into fire log pose, my least favorite pose, but it is the best one to get right up in the hips. So let's start with the left leg. Move the right leg out of the way. So bringing your left leg in front of the body, you want to make a triangle shape between the groin and your legs. You want this leg to be in line with the top of your mat. So your knee and your ankle are in a straight line and flexing through that foot. Walking the foot over, so you want your left knee to be in line with your hip and your left foot to be in line with your right hip. So eventually we're going to try and make a fire log pose, stacking them on top of each other. It may happen today, it may happen in 10 years time, it doesn't matter. With your right leg, you're going to bring it on top of your left leg. See, make a triangle shape so your heels aren't coming in and you're losing that shape. You're making a nice space between the legs and the groin. So this may be enough. Both feet are nice and flexed. Your right knee is in line with your right hip and your right foot is in line with your left knee and your left hip. Get it? This may be enough. We'll start here to begin with. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, bring the hands down in front of you and then starting to fold forwards. If you're not folding at all, then you stay here. If you can fold all the way over the legs, then maybe you can go to the next step. The next step is to bring that leg that was on the top, the right leg, on top of your left knee. Yeah? So you may have a bit of space like I do between the right knee and the foot. The aim is to try and get them down, but don't push it, just listen to your body. Again, as I said, it may happen today, tomorrow, next year, 10 years. So you're staying here. You want to be nice and gentle with your knees here. Keep both feet flexed. They're going to support through the knees. Take an inhale to lengthen. Maybe you're staying here. Just keep breathing through it. If not, there's space. Maybe you're folding all the way forwards. Pausing where you feel it in your body. Now, yes, it feels very uncomfortable, but if you're experiencing any knee pain, then please do come out. If it's a little bit uncomfortable, then let's just deepen the breath. And whilst we stay here for a couple more breaths, can you send the awareness to the low spine? Feel it opening up along the base of the spine, the top of the glutes. Taking 2 more breaths. Last one. And then let's inhale, coming all the way back up. Embrace the fragility. Oh, yes, feel that. Bring the knees together. Let's bring the hands behind and window wipe the knees from side to side. Easing out of the pose as slowly as you need to. As I said, the hips are the tightest part. Oh, and doesn't it feel great getting right up in there? I hear you saying, yes, Nicole, yes. Let's go over to the other side. So this time, let's move the left leg out of the way. Right foot comes in. Again, making that shape. You want to try and align your leg with the front edge of your mat. Bring your right knee in so it's sort of in line with your hip and your right foot is in line with your left hip. Nice. Left leg comes on top. Okay, try not to pull that heel in to close the gap. Nice. Flexing through both of the feet. Imagine they're bookends, supporting through the knees. Again, maybe you're staying here, folding forwards. If you come all the way down, there may be space to go a little bit deeper. Listen to your body. Stop wherever you need to. If you're going deeper, if you did it on the other side, try and keep both sides nice and equal. Bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. Again, keep flexing through the feet. If you've got lots of space like me, then just work with it. If you come all the way down, that's great. You can fold all the way forwards. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, reach the hands forwards. Allow the head and the neck to soften. Notice how different this feels on this side. One side is always going to feel a little bit easier than the other. But don't judge, just acknowledge the difference. Again, take the awareness towards the lower back. Deep inhales and exhales. Feel the lower back broadening with each breath. 2 more breaths here. And then inhale to come all the way back up. Let's release the legs. Oh yes, let's embrace that feeling. Let's window wipe the knees from side to side. Okay, now to release that, let's take a wide leg stance. So opening the legs into your widest V shape. You want your legs to be as wide as they can, but the feet stay active, toes pointing up to the sky. You want to try and send your sit bones backwards. If the hamstrings are a little bit tight and you're already getting this roundness of the spine and you feel that your pelvis and tailbone are tucking under already, then you may need to just sit on a cushion, sitting on the edge to help get that rotation of sending the hips backwards. You can even roll up your mat. We'll take an inhale to reach the arms up high. As you exhale, just bring the hands down in front of you. Maybe you stay here. You want to keep lengthening through the spine. Try and keep the legs active, but not too rigid, but not too floppy out to the sides. You want to find that happy medium. That engagement of the tops of the thighs will help lengthen the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. So keeping the hands here, close down the eyes. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, melt into the pose. Maybe you can start to bend the elbows. If there's more space, maybe you can start to walk the hands away from the body. Now stay here for a couple of breaths. So try and keep that slight engagement in the legs. Try not to reach all the way forward so that you're rounding through the spine. Imagine that you're sending the chest towards the top of your mat. Breathing to wherever you are. Don't worry about where you're not. Just listen to the body and see where you are today. Let's take your deepest breath in and your deepest breath out. Inhale to walk your hands all the way back up. Nice. Bring your legs back together. Shake them all out. Even give the hips, the top of the thighs, a little massage. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Shake it out. Nice. So now we're going to come into, I like to call it rock the baby. So we're going to cross the right foot in. You can have it all the way in this time, or have the leg out to the side. You can decide. We're going to focus on the left leg. So with your right hand, grab hold of your left foot. With your left leg, can you bring it in line with your knee and your foot, your ankle? Nice. Maybe this is enough, and you can rock from side to side here. You're trying to keep the spine lifted as much as you can. If there's space to go deeper, right hand, left foot. Bring the foot in towards the crook of the right elbow, and maybe you can clasp hold of the hands, maybe even the wrists. Again, lengthen up through the spine, and let's shake it from side to side. So if you're trying to calm the little baby that's in your arms. Again, keep lengthening through the spine. As you lengthen through the spine, you're sending the sit bones and the pelvis backwards, which gets nice and deep into that left buttock, getting into the hips. It is a yoga for hips class, remember? Nice, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And let's gently release that. Switching over the legs, give it a little shake if you need to, and then bring that foot back in. Opposite side, left hand, right foot, right knee, right arm. Give it a little shake. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're going deeper again. Crook of the right foot in the left elbow, clasping the hands. See how rounded I am here? This side is a lot tighter than the other. Can you inhale and lengthen up, and then shaking from side to side. Rocking the little baby. Can you keep a softness in the shoulders and keep engaging with the breath? The breath is your best friend in these poses. Let's take one more breath. And then gently release. Shake out the legs out in front of you. Nice. Bend the knees. Grab hold of the backs of the thighs and allow the back of the body to rest into the mat. Just notice the hips. Notice how they're feeling when you come and lie down. Okay, so let's cross your left ankle on top of your right knee, making a figure 4 shape. Again, flex through your left foot, left ankle in line with the knee. If you let it go out to the side, you're going to put added pressure onto the knee, and we don't need to do that. Walk your right heel in towards your buttock and internally press that left thigh away from the body. This may be enough. If there's space to go deeper, pick up your right foot and grab hold of your right thigh. Again, internally pressing that left thigh away. Can you keep the whole spine flat with the mat? Tucking in the chin again, back of the neck nice and long. Keep that left foot nice and flexed. As you exhale, maybe you can draw that right thigh in, or getting into that left thigh, left buttock. Can you deepen the breath? Let's take one more breath. And then release the hands, let the right foot come back down, left leg comes back down. Shake out the knees, window wide from side to side. And then we'll go over to the other side. So crossing your right ankle on top of your left knee. Flex through the foot again, toes, ankle, knee in a straight line. Walk your left heel inwards, internally pressing that right thigh away. If there's space to go deeper and you did it on the other side, let's grab hold of our left thigh this time. Again, keep internally pressing the right thigh away. Allow the whole spine to be flat with the mat. Tuck the chin, back of the neck long. Deep inhales and exhales as we work into that right buttock, getting all the way in there. One more breath. And then gently release the legs back down to the floor. Let's hug the knees in, gently rocking from side to side. And then holding onto the right knee, let's extend the left leg away. Holding onto the right knee with the left hand, right arm reaches out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, send the knee across the body over to the left side and looking towards the extended arm. Now the left hand is there to help support the right knee. So it may or may not reach the floor. Maybe first the right big toe comes down, maybe the knee, maybe not. Try and roll the right shoulder towards the floor. Taking deep inhales and exhales into the right side of the torso. Keep your extended leg active, pushing out through the big toe mound. Let's take one more breath. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Switch over the legs, grabbing hold of the left leg. Holding onto the left knee with the right hand, left arm reaches out to the side. Send the knee across the body over to the right side, looking over the extended leg. And you may get a few back crackers. Oh, it feels great. Maybe your left toe can come down, maybe your left knee, doesn't matter. Right hand is there to support. Keep your right foot engaged, right leg engaged. Breathing in and out through the left side. Try and roll your left shoulder blade back down towards the mat. And let's take one more breath. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Let's hug both the knees in, gently rocking from side to side. Maybe clasping the hands, maybe wrapping the arms, grabbing hold of opposite elbows. Draw the forehead towards the knees, knees to the forehead. Curl yourself into a tiny ball. Feel the release in the lower back. And then release the head and shoulders. Bring the hands onto the knees, fingers facing towards the toes, and allow the arms to lengthen. You're trying to find that nice little ridge along the lower spine, where the top of the buttocks are, maybe rocking from side to side, allowing the weight of the body to feel that pressure just there. Should feel nice. And then we'll finish off with a happy baby. Send the feet towards the sky, grabbing hold of the outer edges of the feet. Can you draw the knees towards the armpits as you push the heels up towards the sky? You're pushing the heels, but you're pulling them back down with the hands. Can you keep the whole spine in connection with the floor, tucking in the chin, back of the neck long? And if you want to work on opening through the hips, the inner thighs, send the heels away from one another. And maybe if you're comfortable, rocking from side to side, doing your best impression of a happy baby. There's a lot of babies in this sequence today. They just have the best open hips. And then when you've done that a few times, let's extend the legs down into the mat, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Allow the feet to fall out to the sides, arm by your sides, palms facing upwards. Let's tuck in the shoulders, back of the neck long. Let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Allowing the back of the body to sink in towards the floor. Just taking the awareness towards the hips. Just noticing how they feel. If the lower back feels a little bit tight or sore, then you can bend the knees. Let the feet go as wide as the mat and bring the knees together. You can stay here if you need to. Just allowing the body to sink into stillness. Allowing it to reap in the benefits of all the hip opening we've just done. And stay here for as long as you need to. Namaste.